Have you ever wondered why chewing gum never seems to break down in your mouth, no matter how long you chew it? It all comes down to how it's made. And believe it or not, the modern chewing gum you enjoy today has roots that trace back thousands of years. The earliest chewing gum dates back to ancient civilizations. The Mayans and Aztecs chewed chicle, a sap from the sapodilla tree, while Native Americans chewed spruce tree resin. Fast forward to the 1860s, and chicle made its way to the United States, where it became the foundation of modern gum. Over time, natural resins were replaced by synthetic rubber, and what we now know as chewing gum was born. Chewier, longer lasting, and available in hundreds of flavors. So how exactly is chewing gum made today on an industrial scale? Let's start at the beginning, the raw materials. Chewing gum starts with the gum base, the chewy elastic foundation that gives gum its signature texture. Modern gum bases are made from synthetic rubber like polyvinyl acetate or polyethylene. These materials are chosen for their elasticity, safety, and resistance to moisture. Once the base is sourced, it's delivered to factories in solid, dense blocks. Before anything else can happen, these blocks are ground down into coarse pellets to make them easier to melt. Now begins the real transformation. The ground gum base is sent to heating tanks where it's slowly melted into a thick, sticky liquid at temperatures around 115 to 130 degrees Celsius. This molten base is then poured into large mixers. At this stage, other ingredients are added: sweeteners, softeners, and flavors. Sugar or sugar substitutes like xylitol and sorbitol provide the sweetness. Corn syrup or glycerin is used as a softener to keep the gum from becoming brittle over time. And then there are the flavors. From spearmint to cinnamon, fruit punch to bubblegum, the flavoring process is where the personality of each gum variety is born. Here's a fun fact. Most of the flavoring is added after the base, and sweeteners are fully blended. Why? Because flavor oils are volatile. They can evaporate under heat. So they're added at the tail end of mixing to lock in that bold taste. Once fully mixed, the result is a thick, warm, taffy-like mass, but it's far from finished. Next comes kneading and rolling. The warm gum is poured onto giant cooling belts where it's flattened by heavy rollers into thin sheets, usually just a few millimeters thick. The goal here is to achieve a consistent thickness, which ensures the gum will have the same texture and chew every time. The flattened sheets are left to cool for several hours. This curing process stabilizes the gum's texture and locks in the ingredients. Once cured, the gum sheets are transferred to a cutting station where they're sliced into exact sizes, whether it's sticks, cubes, tabs, or pellets. High-speed cutters ensure uniformity across millions of pieces per batch. Now comes a particularly interesting stage: coating. If the gum is meant to be hard-shelled like a pellet or dragee, each piece is placed into large, rotating pans. A mixture of sugar, flavor, and colorant is sprayed onto the tumbling gum pieces. This is done in thin layers, sometimes over 15 to 20 rounds, to build up that smooth, crunchy shell. During this process, fans blow warm air across the tumbling batch to dry each coat before the next one is applied. The entire coating process can take anywhere from 30 minutes to several hours, depending on the thickness and desired texture. Once coating is complete, the gum is moved to quality control. At this stage, samples are tested for texture, weight, size, and consistency. Some factories even use infrared sensors to check moisture content inside the gum core. A single batch might undergo over 25 different checks before it's approved for packaging. Here's a surprising detail. Even the chew test is real. Human testers are employed to chew samples and rate them on softness, elasticity, flavor strength, and how long the flavor lasts. Only after passing every checkpoint is the gum cleared for packaging. The gum pieces are conveyed into high-speed wrapping machines. Depending on the format, each piece is individually wrapped in foil or wax paper, then loaded into blister packs, sleeves, or plastic bottles. Packaging speed is incredible. Modern machines can wrap up to 1,000 pieces per minute. Once packaged, the gum is boxed, labeled, and palletized for distribution to retail stores around the world. Whether it ends up in a vending machine, a checkout counter, or your local supermarket, each piece has passed through a tightly controlled system that merges chemistry, engineering, and food science. And now for that final moment, the product in use. You pop it into your mouth. At first it's firm, then as your saliva softens it, the chew begins. The flavors burst, linger, and fade, but the gum keeps going. That durability, it's thanks to the synthetic base that mimics rubber. And next time you're chewing for stress relief, fresh breath, or just out of habit, remember, it's not just candy. It's the result of years of innovation and a finely tuned industrial dance. If you found this video useful, press that subscribe button below, or at least just like the video.